Wake up. If you've dated for a while, you've probably realized that having standards is extremely important. But what if I told you that the way most men do this guarantees that they'll stay single forever? So if you just can't find what you're looking for, you need to hear this. Imagine this. A friend drags you to a party. This is no ordinary party, because this is a party with only single women and there's 100 of them. So you go and start looking at all the women. Some are a little bit too old. Some are a little bit too young. One is cute, but she has a kid. Another one doesn't go to the gym. A third one is in an open relationship. Not quite what you're looking for. Another one is a vegan. And after a little while, you realize none of them are a good fit. They're just not what you're looking for. I bet you're thinking, in real life, there's a lot more than 100 women. There are millions of them. Now give me 1 minute and I'll do the math and I'll convince you that you're wrong about this. Let's say you live in a big city with roughly 1 million people. Could be Austin or San Francisco. Half of them are women, that's 500,000 left. You're interested in 20 to 28-year-olds, 60,000 left. But you also want her to be slender and fit, so that's 14,000 left. But you also need to be attracted to her. Research finds that men, roughly speaking, find 20% of randomly selected women attractive. Now we're at 2,800. 1 in 3 are single, that's 933 left. You also don't want her to have kids, so now we're at 403. But you do need her to want to have kids, so that's another 23% gone. Now we're at 310. She needs to go to the gym though, right? Great! Roughly 1/4 of young women between 20 and 28 go to the gym on a regular basis. So that's 78 left. You definitely want her to have some sort of degree though, right? Let's say a BA or above. Well, that's another 2/3 gone. We're at 26 now. Same political party as you, let's cut it in half, 13. Same religion as you, let's say you're Catholic, then you're down to 2.6 individuals. And we haven't even looked at career, interests, or values yet. Each one of these, just applying one of them, will cut your 2.6 down to 0. And personality? Are you just gonna ignore that? Personality should be the most important thing to sort for when you're looking for a partner. But it's even worse than this. Does she think you're attractive? I'm Aska, this is Hard Love Theory. This channel is all about the unique challenges men face today. If that resonates, please subscribe. Well, now, thanks. According to dating app data, roughly 1 in 6 men are rated attractive by a random selection of women. But this girl, you think you're the only person looking for this type of girl? She has hundreds of matches every single week. So the odds that she'll even match with you, let alone go on a date with you, are almost 0. And I mean that literally. A little while back, my friend gave me all his preferences in a partner. He's single, he's looking to find someone, and we ran the numbers. Turns out there were 3.5 women in all of LA County. That is out of 19 million people. And he was applying pretty normal, seemingly reasonable criteria. Did I convince you yet that people filter for the wrong things? Do you? Again, the point is not that you shouldn't have standards. In fact, I think that having high standards in an early selection process is the single most important thing when it comes to dating, especially if you're looking for a serious long-term relationship. But those standards have to be related to her personality and her values. And yes, there has to be chemistry, obviously. But can you really predict what you're attracted to? And listen, no one's gonna be perfect. But if she's perfect in all areas, but this one little thing, she still lives with her parents, she doesn't go to the gym, and you dump her on those grounds, then you're not actually looking for a partner. And that's fine, but let's be honest about that. You haven't been unlucky in dating. You've been unrealistic, and now you know. So from now on, that's a choice you make. On a lighter note, I actually met my wife on a dating app, so I'm not against dating apps at all. But if I'd been stuck in this rigid thinking with the checklists and she must match all these parameters, she would have been filtered out by my superficial criteria. I would have never met her, we would have never been married, and I wouldn't have my beautiful little son. And the reason really just is me thinking, okay, let's try to date someone my own age. Crazy thought, right? So putting up a few criteria is fine. it's necessary, it's important. But each time you add one, they compound and they cut down a pool of hundreds of thousands to a handful. Best case scenario. You're deceiving yourself with this approach. We all think that we're holding out for someone rare and special. But if you haven't realized that you're being too selective and you're looking at the wrong variables, you are literally waiting for someone who doesn't exist. I actually believe that being in a strong relationship is the best foundation a man can have in this world. And the data supports this. Married men live longer and they're happier and they're more satisfied overall. But you're obviously not going to be happy in your relationship if all your criteria are superficial stats. Height, weight, fitness level, BMI, etc., etc. So what are you going to do with this new information? Please let us know in the comments. If you want to talk more about this in depth and see some of the topics I can't talk about here, please join the Heart Love Theory group. Link in the description. I'll see you there, and thanks for listening. Cheers.